Dr. Lonny here, and welcome back to another episode with Good Sense Soap Co. Today, I'm going to be sharing what I know about soap stamps, soap stamp making, and soap stamping. Um, I continue to learn, continue to grow, and I'm just making these videos to help pass along that knowledge as a retiree and doing this as a hobby business. I'm really excited about the techniques and the learning that's occurring as I work through the process. So I hope you enjoy it too. If you do, like, follow, and subscribe to this channel, that would be greatly appreciated, and it will keep you updated on any new episodes that come out. So again, we're going to focus on soap stamp making today. So I'm going to start off with how do I make a soap stamp. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and we're going to jump over to, just a minute here. Okay, jump over to my TinkerCAD application. And here, this is one of my soap stamp designs, and we're going to talk about others. But this is just a simple um, kind of a handheld single piece soap stamp um, with a flat bottom and top. We'll talk more about that here in just a minute. But the one I'm going to make right now is one that I want to make for my own soaps. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to say handmade by Good Sense Soap Co. So we're going to make this a little smaller so that it will fit on the face of the soap, like so. And then we're going to have to make it a little smaller so that it will go down into the soap. So let's make that a 5 millimeters. And then we're going to make it go down a bit into the soap, like that. That will leave about 3 millimeters above the soap for the stamp. It can be more than that, it can be less than that, but you want to make sure that it's the right height to be able to get into the soap. I'm going to move that up just a little bit. We'll fix that later. And then I'm going to replicate it. So I'm going to do Control D, and that's going to, I'm sorry, it's going to give us a copy of it. I'm going to move that down like that. Then I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to say by. I'm going to use the @ sign. And this is where I'm not sure if it will all fit. So that's basically how you make the text. Now the question is, if I really make that small, is that going to be too small for soap making? That's basically how it is. I'm going to take the soap stamp out for now, and we're going to create a little space like that. And I'm going to, and actually, I think if we get rid of that by, it will create more space. There we go. And maybe we can even make that a little bigger, like that. The other thing that we can do is we can make these a different font. This is this multi-language font. I think if we make it a Sans Mono is a little compressed. Sans serif might be good. And then if we do this sans serif, or serif, I'm sorry. And then I can select both of those. I can center them together like that. Make sure that they're about at the same height, which they should be, yes. Okay, then I can bring them back onto the stamp. And actually, let me do this first. I'm going to merge these. Then I'm going to bring them back onto the stamp. And then I'm going to pick them all, and then we're going to center it on the stamp like that. And then I can merge all of that. All right. So that looks pretty good, doesn't it? There's only one problem. There's only one problem. And that is that handmade needs to be reversed because we are stamping down. It's actually got to be the reverse of what it will be on the soap. So what we have to do there is flip it like that, 180 degrees. There we go. And I'm going to copy this, and I'll show you why here in just a minute. We'll move this back. We'll recenter it. Find it. All right. And that's our soap stamp. So now what we can do is flip this. Let's see, flip this around 180 degrees again. So if you notice on a lot of stamps, they say what's on the stamp inside on the top of the stamp. So we're going to do the same thing. So let's move this over here. Move it up just a tad. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make so we're going to make that a hole instead of a solid. Put it back here. Center them. And this time it's right side up so you can read them. And then rather than it being raised, we're going to lower it into the soap like that. Now, when I combine them, for that to render, let's move this up a little bit. So what, and then we'll zoom in. So what we have now is we have an embossed or engraved of what the soap is. And then on the bottom, that way, on the other side is the actual soap stamp. Pretty cool, huh? So let's go ahead and we're going to save that as an STL file. We'll call it soap and made. Save that. And then we're going to stop share. And then the next step is to use another utility, which I'll now share, called Cura. So let's get that so we can see it a little better. So we're going to open that soap stamp handmade. And there it is. I'm going to move it up towards the front of the grid. And for this, so you select the quality of print because it's a soap stamp. I'm not needing as high of a quality of print, but because it's a smaller object, I'm going to want a brim instead of a skirt. And I'm also going to want to flip this so that it's printing flat side down, and then it will do the raised part at the end. So let's see what that looks like. So you can see this is a 3D rendered model for a 3D printer. That's what Cura does. So we're going to slice that. And we're going to print that via USB. And I'll be right back so that we can see the output. So we'll be right back. All right, so the base is printed. As you can tell, these aren't the fastest in the world, but it looks like it's going to be a good print. And it should be printing that face side down, which had the embossed letters in it for what the stamp's going to be, and it will build up from there. So we'll be back in a bit. All right, so we're closing in. It's starting to take shape. The part that's left will be the very top with the actual stamp. So we'll check back when it's done. This is the 3D printer that we are printing the soap stamp on. And what it's doing right now is it's starting to build what we call the brim. And the brim just gives the model some stability on the deck there for it to adhere better. That deck is warmed up to 60 degrees Celsius. The PLA filament that's coming out, that's coming from there. That's being heated up to 210 degrees Celsius. So pretty hot stuff. And the bed being heated up helps it to adhere through this process. So I'll be recording throughout the process, and we'll see what the final product comes out as. All right, so we're going to actually stamp a soap now. This is a different stamp that I created with the state of Texas on it. And I think this is a better example of a soap stamp than the handmade at Good Sense Soap Co. one that I created, which honestly the print was just too small and would not work well for stamping. So we're going to switch over to this one. And what I'm going to do is take this sample Bucky soap that I created. You can see a separate video on that. And I'm going to spray some alcohol on that and on the face of this and press down in. I will probably use a mallet and tap it lightly. I could use saran wrap to help prevent some of the raised up soap that happens. So that could happen, but we'll just go ahead and use it like this and see how it goes. So stay tuned. All right, so that turned out really well. Now this soap was created probably a week ago, and
I think it did a really good job. So again, the image is reversed on the soap stamp so that it comes out the way you want it on the soap. So that is soap stamp making from conception to stamp. Hope you enjoyed it. So to wrap up this segment on soap stamp making and stamping, I just want to talk about a couple of different styles of soap stamps that I've worked on. And the one that we've just demonstrated is this Texas one. But as you can see, I've done others for other purposes. And this one's kind of cool with the apple. So we can put just about any logo or design on there. This one says Nashville. That's pretty cool. This one was for Easter. He is risen. So we can do different styles and things. The simpler, the better. If it gets too small or too complex, then it doesn't work well. So this is what I call the single stamp mold. This is by far the easiest to make, and I think the most functional. This is one that I thought would be cool, where I could create just the handle and then a replaceable insert. So it would just slide in there, and then you could use the handle to press down, and even use a mallet that says handmade in the USA. So that's one style that is available. Again, I haven't used that much, but it gives you a bigger stamp pad, and you can just make this once and then make inserts for it. So I think it's very functional and practical for the right purpose. Then the other one is similar, but this is a smaller stamp pad, and then these just slide in there, and you can do different designs. I got a strawberry, another He is risen, another apple, strawberry. I made this one for a mustache wax called Monkey Farts, and I thought that was a pretty cool logo for that. Bananas. This one's really cool. This is a cup of coffee with a heart on it, and this actually worked out really well. So, for smaller round soap, I think that would work out really well. So these are the three different types of soap stamps that I've made. Enjoyed all of them, and just kind of gives you an idea of the flexibility of making 3D models and converting them into soap stamping. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and please like, follow, and subscribe to this channel, and that would be greatly appreciated. And follow Good Sense Soap Co. on all social media outlets, especially here on YouTube. So take care.